Hey, what's up, Fizzyhead? How's it going? Let me just make sure that I'm. Fuck that. Today I have a story to tell you guys. What's up, Fizzyheads? How's it going? As I said, today I have a story to tell you guys. And what I mean by that is, I decided that today I'm just gonna make it up as I fucking go. Because today was a day where I decided to do that. And I wanted to practice my storytelling skills, and along with my public speaking skills. So let's do it. You know, you guys remember Leo? The storytelling shit begins now. Leo and I were walking down the street and we decided to fly and fly way up in the air because I wanted shawarma. So we found a shawarma shop up in the air, and this shawarma shop had a cow making salad shawarma. And I said, fuck that shit. Leo was like, nah, fuck you. And Leo and I went our separate ways. Leo went to the moon, I went to Mars. In Mars, I saw an alien freak who I made friends with. And that alien freak wanted to fuck Leo. Well, Leo was not having it. I knew that. So I ditched the alien freak and I decided to go back to Leo, but I didn't find Leo there. I realized that Leo had found an assassin at the moon who wanted to kill me. So Leo took that assassin with him to Mars. So I decided to go back to Mars, and I found that Leo had gotten the assassin to kill the person who wanted to fuck Leo. And after the assassin killed that person, Leo then killed the assassin. And I saw Leo killing the assassin. But this time I had also found a different shawarma place. And that shawarma place had turtle in it. And that turtle was something that Leo likes. I guess Leo is a cannibal. So we ate the turtle shawarma. Then we decided to fuck off into space because we wanted to. The whole point of that story is you better know who you want to be friends with. If you don't, you'll get fucked. The end. That's all I have for today. That's the storytelling. I just wanted to tell a story because I wanted to. Honestly, the other thing is I just sorted out. Well, I updated my lights. As you probably noticed that I don't have the ring lights on my glasses showing up, and the lighting makes me look probably different. I don't know if I like it or not. I like my face to be shined up, but because of that, the ring lights show up in the glasses. So let's see. I also added background backlight, so I'm not even sure if that makes sense, if that makes a difference right now. And I am shooting this at night, which is weird because usually I like to shoot my videos during daytime. I never tried this nighttime thing, and it looks weird, but okay, that's okay. The other thing is the camera angle is something I'm playing around with. I don't know which one I like right now because right now I feel it's a little too far, but if I come up close, I definitely like this look. It's a bit, it represents me a bit more, I feel, or rather it's more dramatic. It's just I've been told that it's a bit too close and it's better for thumbnails. So let's see if this is for thumbnails, then this is like almost like having a conversation with a person. So I'll play around with it. I'll see which one suits me, suits my style. My chest is here, so my nipple area is over here. I don't know if you can see it in the video. And then my from here onwards is my upper chest, and my shoulders are here, and then my neck and all that jazz. So fuck that. Today is a video of accountability, and honestly, I'm pissed off. disappointed at myself more than anything, and also it's a learning curve for me from here onwards. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. It's not really a happy video. So let's go on with it. Oh, and my leg is not healing. It's still fucked up. It's like it's weird. It fucking hurts all the time. Can't walk. Can't do shit. Even while sitting, it hurts. It's fucked up. Like if anything, the pain feels like it has spread to my kneecap now. So that's fucking annoying. Let's go down it. And that's all I had for that segment. That's all I wanted to talk about. A fucking story and some fucking observations. The next thing we have coming up is yeah. The next thing I have coming up is a good thing about myself. I guess the thing is the good thing about myself is that you know what, fuck it, I gotta find a place for this fucking notes. There we go. The good thing about myself, one good thing about myself is that the skill of thinking is that skill of thinking is what we put our effort in over the past years, and we've gotten better at thinking. So that's excellent. Let me just make sure everything is good over here. Yep, we're streaming. So we've gotten extremely good at thinking because it's thinking is a skill and we've put an effort in it. And that is a good thing about ourselves because we are able to identify flaws within ourselves and in the other stuff. And we're able to identify potential solutions to those flaws. And that shit is good. That's a good thing about myself for today. The next video improvement is that we have to find issues and problems that people are having, and these issues and problems can come either from the comment sections of other videos or Reddit posts. And then if we are able to answer those questions, we should answer those questions. Because the thing is, I want to make content based on solution, based on what people want. And I want to make sure if I'm able to supply that solution or not. And if I am, then that's great. That's what I want to make content about. How do I find problems? Well, I decided that obviously with the people that I speak with, and also I can find problems on the internet, on all these posts, all these fucking posts where people are whining and crying and doing all this shit. That's what I've decided. The next video improvement will be something. Well, first of all, I'll identify a problem that I can solve. So I'll scour the internet for a problem that people are having, and then decide if I can solve the problem or if I've been doing that problem solution to that problem, and then make a content video about that, and then just send it to the person. I'll just tell them like, hey man, listen, like this is what I did. Here, try it if you want. And that's what the next video improvement is going to be. What I did now, the next segment is actually the one that I was dreading about. At the same time, it's the one that I need to put out because of what I'm about to say next. The next section is what I did today to make real money. What action did I do today to make real money? And you know, as the day went by and as this video came up to be, I've come to realize that today was a fucking fail because I didn't do anything that would make me money. The whole day I was running around between calls with people that mattered related to work. And then I was trying to figure out what lens would make sense for this fucking video. Then I was figuring out what lighting system I can do. All of this, along with that, the pain in my knee added to the fact that just doing things is hard. And what I've just said over there is a bunch of fucking excuses, right? Fuck that shit. Fizzy, fuck you for making excuses. That shit is just a bunch of pussy bitch excuse. Like all of them. Fact is, I didn't do any action to make real money. I didn't do any action today since the last video. So what the fuck? And I realized that before I made this video. And I thought that, you know what, like, what the fuck? I have to keep this promise of making the video. So this promise is there. I didn't want to fucking do something half-ass in the last 5 minutes before making this video and then talk about it. No, fuck that. I wanted to just inform you, Fizzy, that today was fucked up. Now, the question is, from here onwards, a few things. The first thing is, we fucked up. Why did we fuck up? Well, we fucked up because we were running around doing all these other things that were busy things. They were important, but they were important. Some of them were important. The bullshit I had to deal with work was unavoidable because that was related to cash flow and stuff. Everything else, the lights, I was still making videos before these lights were fucking adjusted. The lens, I made videos, fucking 38 videos before I had my lens. Before I had come up with this lens that I wanted to buy, which it doesn't even exist in Canada. I mean, fuck this place. So that's not important, right? What's more important, where I failed, was that I fucking ended up doing busy bullshit instead of taking real action to make money. Lesson learned from this one is that, from today, is that I must prioritize. I gotta say, just no, fuck it. I myself, last video, said that I just make decisions in 5 to 30 seconds. And today, after spending the whole day, I just found myself thinking, and I realized that I didn't fucking do anything today to make money. So lesson learned is, out of all of that, lesson learned is I must prioritize. What does that look like? I must say no. What does that look like? When an action comes up, when a situation presents itself to me, I must ask myself, is this going to make me money? If yes, I will then pursue that action. If no, I will then ignore it or shut that fucking shit down. That's the thing. That's the lesson learned. Another thing that got me thinking is, what exactly is considered an action? Because throughout the day, I did do a couple of research worth of like a few few minutes of like looking at the internet to see what people want, but just like 5-10 minutes long. It wasn't anything substantial. So that got me thinking, what exactly is an action? Because you see, there was a part of my mind, the lazy motherfucking bitch part that Leo would call the bitch of me, the bitch Fizzy, the bitch part, which was thinking that, you know what, you did do some work, just a few minutes you did it, but you did do it, and that's not acceptable. Because the thing is, that is called settling for mediocrity. That got me thinking, what exactly is an action? So, here is an action. The definition of an action for us is something that one thing that you have done for at least an hour, for up to or more than 12 hours. So, an action, so it's considered this. Let's make it a game. Alright, let's fucking make it a game. Fuck it. The game of action is, here's a game of action. And here are the rules. You must do actions for at least a total of 12 hours. That's the only way you win this game. All right? That's it. You must do an action. You must do actions for a total of 12 hours at least. Within those 12 hours, you can have multiple actions ranging from anywhere, however many minutes they take, right? So that means one action can go up for to 12 hours, or 12 actions can go for 12 hours, 1 hour each, or you can have a bunch of hundreds of actions, one action per minute for 12 hours. So you must be doing actions for 12 hours at least. These actions must be related to you making money. That's it. In those 12 hours, you will say no to everything else. That's the game. All right? That's it. So when my bitch brain wants to say that, yeah, you know what, we did do like 5 minutes of action, we did do a little bit of work over here, that's good enough. No, motherfucker, it's not good enough. Why? Because you didn't do those actions you did related to work. Sure, they might be related to work. You only did it for less than 12 hours. So that shit doesn't count. Fuck it. Fuck you. You only win today's game if you do actions for 12 hours or more. So that's the game, all right? Let's call it the game of actions. Now I do have a sit down. Moving on to the next thing, I do have, I think, a strategy. And the strategy is this. I will make sure this 1 minute, well, starting tomorrow, whenever I wake up. So let's say I wake up tomorrow morning. I will start with making sure this 1 minute is an action. That's it. I'm doing an action related to work this 1 minute. That action has to answer the question, how am I going to make money? That's it. And then the next minute, I'll do the same. I'll make sure that when the next minute comes, I'll make sure this minute is an action. Then the next is an action related to work, making money. And then I'll make sure about the next minute. That 1 minute will turn into an hour, into a day. That's the only way I can think of winning this game. I don't give a fuck. Now, see, even as I say now, my brain, my part of my brain is now trying to decipher it, be like trying to prod it, like be like trying to find ways to weaken in this system. Literally, my brain, in the back of my brain, is saying that, oh, what if you burn out? That sounds a lot. That sounds a lot. By whose standards? Who the fuck says this is a lot? 12 hours of actions you're gonna take related to you making money? Who says that's a lot? What the fuck? So what if it's a lot? Here what I'm doing now is answering my own thoughts. So this is you Fizzy, and you guys are actually seeing a little part of my brain where I'm talking to myself. And this is how I think. So going back to the conversation, is that who the fuck says this is a lot? Some fucking social media post? Some of those fucking people who have never achieved shit in their lives? Some mediocre people? Fuck that. Fuck that. So now you feel scared? What? You don't like it? You feel lazy. This is what laziness feels. You wanna be lazy? Fine. Take the seat and lead us into the new age. We're gonna win this game no matter what. Well, that's it. So I suppose, that's a new fucking game of action. And this whole thing, obviously, is for us to identify, for us to keep ourselves accountable and for us to keep working on things, trying to figure out how to make money. This is us just deciding that failure is not acceptable. What happened today is not acceptable. End of story. We didn't actually sloth. We didn't we actually didn't stay in one spot and did nothing. No. We became lazy by distraction. And the distractions were not even things like social media or shit, video games or shit like that. The distractions were other fucking things that didn't really help us make money at all. Fuck. In the previous video, or in a few of the previous videos, we literally define how laziness is and what laziness is, and we fell to our own trap, that whole trap that we already know in our mind exists. So that's okay, because we have identified that this is, well, we already knew this is not acceptable. We have identified a system now that we are following, and that game or system is it. 12 hours of actions every day that relate to making money. End of story. Hands down, that's all I'm doing. And in those 12 hours, I'm gonna say no to everything. We're gonna say no to everything except for family. That's it. Everything else is no. Automatically, no, no, no. We're disappointed. We're disappointed at today's performance. So now we have a new system in place that we've just created. Now the next thing is for us to execute that system. What do you do after you have a lose? After you lose a match, you go back to the fucking drawing board. You go back to the team. You go back together. You sit your ass down and you figure out why this happened, which we already did. We figured out why that happened, and then we figured out the next steps, and we literally decided on the next steps, and now then we go into the next game or the next fight and we execute that, and that we are going to do, well, we are doing already now, like as when we wake up tomorrow. That's it, we are executing. This section that we added is useful. I'm glad that we called ourselves out on it like this. Fizzy, I want you to remember this, because this today you slipped up, and you don't ever want to slip up from here onwards. That's what's required. I want you to remember and never forget this, Fizzy. This is it. Always had a problem of remembering things, right? Well, here we go. This talk, every time you feel like any every time you feel like you forget your goals, or some you feel like you have deviated from the task, you put this video on and you remind yourself that you fucked up today and you came up with a plan, and that plan is what you are executing now, Fizzy. All right. Well, that's the end of that segment. What I did today to make money? Nothing. And I came up with a plan, and then I took accountability of my actions, and now I came up with a plan. Now the only thing remaining is execution. So that's what we are doing, and that's what we'll do. For those of you watching, this you guys got a little peek into my mind on what happens when we fail. And if you ever were to join my team, or if you ever to become one of my wolves, you can expect that I will be holding you to a high standard, just as I hold myself to a high standard. I fucked up, and here I am, putting in the new system, and now going to execute. So you sure as shit can expect that if and when you fuck up, we're all humans. It's all good. Everybody's a human. Don't worry about it. if and when you fuck up or don't perform as you are supposed to, then number one and most important thing is accountability, and we will be holding you accountable, and we will be coming you making systems for you to help you succeed. That's what I did for myself here. I failed today. I failed. I straight up. I came out. I came out about it, and I was honest. I'm honest. I'm not making shit up. I'm not like twisting words or anything here. I'm being honest. After that honesty, I deciphered why I failed, and after that deciphering that, I came up with a plan and to avoid that failure, and I answered every fucking question that my bitch side of the brain had and has. And this bitch side of the brain is still talking. It's just so fucking scared now. It's scared at the back of my mind. And I'm consistently telling it no. Right now, as I'm talking to you guys, I am telling the bitch side of my brain, no, motherfucker. Fuck you. That's what I'm saying as I'm talking to you guys. And by tomorrow, as I execute, this bitch side better shut the fuck up. Otherwise, if it doesn't shut the fuck up, well, I'm gonna root it out and just fuck it up. While I'm doing that, I'm still gonna keep executing. 12 hours action. That's the game. I don't know what to call that game, but yeah, 12 hours of action. 12 hours of action, yeah. So, welcome aboard. If you ever feel like how it is, how it would be like working, well, not working, but how it would be like to be a wolf with Fizzy or for Fizzy. Alright. The next segment of the show. The next segment of the show is Who Am I? Who is Fizzy? King. Captain. That's Fizzy. Leader. Man, these could all go in like three separate videos, but I'll just put them all over here. King, Captain, Leader. That's Fizzy. That's me. The next section that we'll talk about, and this is a new one. This is an idea that we got that, to talk about what we do, one of the things we do, and is one of the software we do, and it's called the software we talk about that helps us in our lives. And today's software is TickTick. No sponsors, no nothing. Reason I say TickTick is because I've been using TickTick for years now. And I use it to do all my scheduling, all my self-improvement, life improvement planning, organizing of data, along with OneNote. And it's extremely helpful. What I'm thinking of doing is to create these small time, maybe tips or tutorial kind of things, tutorial kind of videos. So that way, if anybody has any issues that they want to resolve in their lives and TickTick can help them, well, there we go. I would have made a video about TickTick and given it to the people. This actually came about to be when I helped out my friend and a couple other friends for that matter on TickTick, where really it was a simple one. Like my friend wanted a way where his reminders had the option to snooze. Basically, his reminders would come up. The problem he was having was that he would set a reminder because he is productive as hell. So he does set reminders. And when the reminder would go off, if he was doing something else, he found himself just either canceling the reminder or just dismissing it. And then he would forget about it later. Because simply he didn't have that option in his app or on his phone to do anything else with it. Well, I told him that, hey man, listen, like I use TickTick for my reminders. It's a fucking charming application. And then I told him, I was like, for the problem you're having, he told me, I was like, what exactly is the problem? What would you like to happen? He tells me, he's like, I wish there was like a snooze button or something like that. Not a button, but like he's like, I wish I could just say that, okay, you know what, when the reminder would happen, okay, I could tell by phone to say that, you know what, I'm working on something right now, remind me later. And he wanted that to be really fast, like something where he didn't have to fucking talk or make a bunch of clicks or anything with his phone, because he's doing something else. He doesn't want to spend time on a fucking reminder that he's not going to do right then and there. So why would he want to open up the whole thing and do it? That doesn't make sense. That's counterintuitive. So I told him, I showed him this. I was like, you know what, in TickTick, the app that I use for my reminders and everything else, when I get reminders, there's this, I showed him the layout too. And I'm like, there's this snooze button. You can just fucking snooze that shit. And then have it like come up to you like later, whether in a minute or however long you want. I think you can set that up. And he's like, and then there was a whole talk about it, and then I just demonstrated to him. I set up a reminder, and then I showed him, like, I set up a reminder like a minute later, and then when the reminder rang, it rang on my phone over here, and just on the touch screen the reminder would show up, and I just clicked the snooze button in front of him just from the screen without unlocking it or anything. Just fucking click that shit, and then the reminder became, or snoozed that same reminder with that same information. And he liked it, and he said that, you know what, like, that feature I can see myself use it. And the next time I saw him, like, he told me, he's like, dude, I've been using this fucking feature for so long. Fucking thank you for telling me about it. And that experience showed me, I was like, holy shit, I'm happy to help, and I'm glad this helped. This TickTick app is fucking amazing. Check out all the other features. We talked at length of that. Then that got me thinking that, you know what, if it helped this guy and a few other people that I know, why don't I just make a video about it and just put it out there? And if someone else has the same problem, we'll just give it to them. So that is the source of this inspiration. Like, thank you to the person who really like had this issue that I was able to help and solve through TickTick, and that became the inspiration for this section. So this section hole was then created because of that, because I thought to myself that, you know what, like, this is a software, TickTick is a software that I use in my life every single day, fucking every minute of my day, to plan out my shit. And I do plan out my shit extensively. So why don't I just make a segment in the show and I say that and it will be called software that we talk about that helps us. I suppose that title can be changed, updated, be closed. And over here, we'll just talk about either one software for multiple episodes or multiple softwares, however we want. We'll figure that out. The point is, we talk extensively about the software and the features it has and the use cases it has for me and for you, and all the ways that it can help, well, all the ways it does help me, and all the ways it can help you if you're having the same problems as me in time management, how you can be more productive. Because I am fucking productive, guys. Let me tell you this, I have people come up to me and tell me, how the fuck do you get all this shit done? Well, TickTick helps me out, and there's a couple other things that help me out too, so I could talk about that too. So yeah, that's the software we talk about, and that's a new segment, and today's software is TickTick, and we just talked about it, and that's the feature we talked about. Let me just make sure over here that that's all I have to say today. All right, yeah, that's all I have to say today, and just, parting notes. I already said this, Fizzy, fuck you. You disappointed today. You disappointed me today, or rather, Fizzy of the past. Fuck you, you disappointed me, and you disappointed Fizzy of the future. Today is not a good, it was not a good day. It was in fact a fail, simply because we found ourselves not doing any actions that would make us real money. And out of that failure, we decided to come up with a new strategy and a new game, which is called the 12 hours actions game, where for 12 hours of the day, at least for 12 hours of the day, we say no to everything else, and we do we take action only on things that make us money. Yeah. Now, let's let's just run a quick scenario. Say if that act now if we were to be playing that game today, or in the like just today, you know what would have happened? We would have said yes to the whole work related cash flow issue, because that is clearly actions, those actions clearly help us sort our cash flow out so we can find ways to make real money. So that's good. Establish that cash flow establishes our baseline. We would have said no to the lens, because the lens is not important. It's not gonna, that whole new lens for the iPhone bullshit. Yeah. That's not an action that makes us real money, right? We're still able to make these fucking videos. So fuck. We would have said no to that. And we would have said no to the lights, the amount of time we spent on the lights. We would have said no, because you know what? Our lighting setup initially was fucking good. We were having sunlight coming in, and even then we were having light coming into our face, and that's fine. So what if we had ring lights in showing up in our fucking glasses? It's okay. Is it something that makes us real money right now? No. Is it an action? The setup right now that we had before this, was that something so bad that it was destructive? No. So we would have said no to those two things. And any kind of, I mean, we didn't go on social media, but even then, if we were to go on social media, we would have said no. If we were playing this game, the game that we mentioned, we would have said no to social media because we would be losing the game. Any other video games, we would have said no to those video games as well. Because those video games, unless video games are used, in our case, used to simulate a learning environment to test certain specific conditions for your mind, if the video games are not being done for that, used for that, if they're for pleasure, and you gotta be honest here with yourself, if their video games are being used for pleasure, then we say no to that. If there's no plan for you to utilize the video game in this 1 hour where you expect to learn something or expect to learn an outcome about your own brain, thinking pattern, learning pattern, anything, if it's not that, then the video game is fucking useless. We say no to that. Food, that's a great example. We would have said yes to food because food allows us to eat, nourishes us, and from that food we can think better. Good food into our system means better brain capacity that allows us to think and get to work. Muay Thai, yeah, we would have. I mean, our knee is fucked up, but if it wasn't, Muay Thai, yeah, we would have said yes to Muay Thai because Muay Thai gives that, first of all, it fucking conditions the living fuck out of your body, keeps you healthy, cardiovascular, and it pushes our mind to the limits so we can push it to a further limit. That shit translates extremely well. All the healthy and mind shit translates extremely well into trying to find ways to make money, real money. So you see, if that game was being played by us today, we would have said no. Now now that we're playing that game, there's no fucking chance for, there's no option or excuse for us to fucking be a bitch. I'll be lazy. Right, Leo? Leo agrees. Leo called us a bitch today. For good reason. Because we were being lazy. We were being lazy by distraction. Not lazy by lethargy. Not lazy by lethargy, but lazy by distraction. So those are my closing thoughts. From here onwards, it's only upwards. Tomorrow we'll be playing the game. The 12 hours of action game. The 12 hours of action game. And we will be reporting better things tomorrow. Let's hope. I mean, yeah, we will be fucked. Yeah, we will be. Lots of things to figure out, and we're doing that. With that being said, thank you for watching. I hope all your dreams come true. I hope you're not lazy. And you, if you find yourself to be lazy, you root that evil out and fucking bash that shit down and root it out and fucking throw it out of your fucking system, and you're fucking rooted out of your heart like a plague, like a venom or a sickness, and just fucking throw that shit. Just throw that shit away. And you build systems for yourself, and you execute those systems so that you never will be lazy ever again. I hope all you achieve all your goals and achieve happiness. You make money for your family and for the friends, for your family and friends who matter to you. And wish you the best. God bless. Thank you. Fizzyhead out.